Do Jamaicans hate or love Donald Trump? Donald Trump, he's been called a lot of things by the mainstream media. From CNN to MSNBC, ABC News, and more, left-wing networks have spent years painting Trump as a divisive, even racist figure, suggesting he's despised by people of color everywhere, including in Jamaica. But here's the thing, the narrative doesn't always match reality. In fact, many Jamaicans, particularly those who have moved to the United States, are quietly showing their support for Trump, and not without reason. In this video, we're going to look at why the media's portrayal of Trump may not line up with the way Jamaicans see him. And we'll explore why Trump's values and policies, from economic opportunity to law and order, resonate with many Jamaicans more than the left-wing media would ever acknowledge. First, let's talk about the media's narrative. Since 2016, we've seen a steady stream of anti-Trump coverage, with CNN, MSNBC, and other networks branding him as a racist. They claim his policies target minorities and push a white supremacist agenda. But for many Jamaicans, both in Jamaica and abroad, this label doesn't reflect their personal experiences or concerns. Yes, Trump has made controversial statements, but does that make him racist? For a lot of Jamaicans, the answer isn't so black and white. Many Jamaicans see Trump not as a man who's trying to harm minorities, but as a leader pushing for fairness, security, and opportunity. The left-wing media overlooks that Jamaicans, like Trump, value self-reliance, strong family ties, and freedom from unnecessary government interference. These values resonate deeply in Jamaican culture and often align with Trump's platform. One of the reasons Trump's message resonates with Jamaicans is because of their entrepreneurial spirit. Jamaica's economy is driven by small businesses, family-run operations, and a hustle mentality. Jamaicans take pride in their hard work and independence, which are principles that Trump has consistently championed in his own way. Trump's policies focus on economic growth and lowering taxes for small businesses, policies designed to empower the very backbone of Jamaican society. For Jamaicans in the US, who often work 2 or 3 jobs to provide for their families, Trump's tax cuts and economic policies have allowed them to keep more of their hard-earned money. The left-wing media doesn't highlight these positive impacts, instead focusing on Trump's personality or isolated comments without considering how his policies help everyday people. Another area of alignment is Trump's strong stance on law and order. In Jamaica, where communities face challenges with crime, a no-nonsense approach to security is respected. Trump's calls for law and order aren't seen as oppressive by many Jamaicans. Instead, they're viewed as necessary for safety and stability. For Jamaicans in the US, who may live in areas affected by rising crime, Trump's policies around policing and security make sense. Many Jamaicans feel the need for stronger community safety, not just empty promises. And contrary to the media's accusations of racism in Trump's law enforcement policies, many Jamaicans see his stance as one rooted in protecting families and neighborhoods, values they themselves hold dear. Jamaica is a culturally conservative nation. With deep Christian roots, Jamaica places high importance on family, faith, and traditional values. Despite the media's obsession with Trump's personal controversies, many Jamaicans still appreciate his vocal support for religious freedoms, his opposition to cancel culture, and his commitment to traditional family values. The left-wing media rarely addresses this. Instead, they focus on progressive social issues that don't necessarily resonate with traditional Jamaican values. For Jamaicans who prioritize their faith and family structure, Trump's policy priorities feel more aligned with their own. Many see Trump as a leader willing to stand up for values they've grown up with, values they want to see protected, especially in a society that's increasingly pushing for radical social change. Interestingly, when it comes to the 2024 election, many Jamaicans who've migrated to the US would rather see Trump in office than Kamala Harris.
Why?
Well, while Harris may have Jamaican heritage, many Jamaicans feel she hasn't embraced it or represented the island in a meaningful way. Harris, despite her roots, has often emphasized her Indian heritage and progressive values over her Jamaican background. Her policies on immigration, healthcare, and education lean heavily to the left and don't align with the more conservative values many Jamaicans hold. For Jamaicans who value independence and hard work, Trump's America First policies feel more supportive of their efforts to succeed and build lives for their families. The media would have us believe that Jamaicans would automatically support Harris over Trump. But the reality is, they're looking at the bigger picture, policies over identity, and for many, Trump's policies feel more aligned with their goals. So, do Jamaicans really hate Donald Trump, as the left-wing media would have you believe? From CNN to MSNBC, they want us to see Trump as universally despised by minorities. But that's simply not the whole story. When you dig deeper, you find Jamaicans who appreciate Trump's commitment to economic growth, his stance on security, and his defense of traditional values, all things that align with the principles they hold dear. The left-wing media often focuses on labels: racist, xenophobic, divisive, but for many Jamaicans, it's about seeing through the noise and focusing on the policies that impact their daily lives. While the media ignores these nuances, more Jamaicans are quietly aligning with Trump because they believe he's the leader who will create a safer, more prosperous future for them and their families. So, what do you think? Do you believe Jamaicans might have reasons to support Trump that the mainstream media overlooks? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos. Join the conversation and share your perspective on Trump, the media, and what matters to Jamaicans.